Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to the Telephone Hop game, and this is a collaboration that is done with several different people and several different teams. And I am getting this layout from Dorothy Guinan, I believe is how you say her last name. If not, I apologize, Dorothy, for butchering that. And I am supposed to make something based off of her layout. I've thrown it up there in the corner for you to see and follow along. And I'm going to use 4 photos just like she did. And I will use this white paper, but then I'm backing it with this floral paper. And in hers, she backed hers with a paper as well, and then there's a black outline around it. I believe it's another patterned paper on hers. And I decided to go ahead and use black paper, but I don't really think about that until a little bit later. So you're going to see me add that black paper in a bit. But until then, I am just going to go ahead and keep working with the floral paper. I believe that's from Simple Stories, and I'm not sure what collection. I've had it in my stash since I think August. I think one of the other ladies at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club retreat gave me that paper. And I am so glad to finally be using it. It's a really cute paper and it goes really well with these photos. And yes, I am mixing some white and cream, and I don't really have any problems with that. I tend to find if I treat cream like it is any other color and just use it in a lot of different places, then it works out fine. That's my theory, and I'm going to stick with that theory. And I really like how this layout came out in the end. It didn't take me a whole long time to do it. It's fairly simple, but I really like the result. And in Dorothy's, she uses some really pretty paper on the 2 edges that have hot air balloons, and then she uses some hot air balloons as her embellishments. And I didn't have anything like that, so I just went with this floral pattern, and then I'm going to add my embellishments in the same areas and my journaling in the same area as hers. And then she had some black stripes going down the edge of hers, and I'm also going to do that, but I end up using some turquoise, or maybe it's kind of teal. You can see I'm auditioning some colors of ribbon here. I'm going to end up using that turquoisey color of ribbon with some black paper right next to it, so it has a little bit of a black edge. I'll use a black paper and adhere the ribbon right to the black paper, and then cut the black paper so that a little bit of it is revealed. So it's not really next to it, it's on top of it, but there's a little bit of it showing. So here's where I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and add some black paper behind my photographs, and I'm doing a super, super, super tiny border. It's not even 1/8 of an inch. I don't even know the measurement. It's just enough peeking out so that it gives it a little bit of a black edge, almost as if it was inked, but I didn't want to go through and ink anything on this page, so that's why I decided to go ahead and use the paper. So while I do that, let me tell you a little bit about this hop. This is the telephone game, and if you've ever played that as a kid, where one person starts with something, they whisper it into somebody else's ear, and then they whisper it to the next person, and the next person, and the next person. It goes on down the line like that, and then at the end, the last person says out loud whatever it is they heard, and you get to see kind of how the whispered thing has changed. It's kind of like that, except in scrapbooking, we are passing a layout from person to person to person. So I am about the 7th person down the line on the team for, I think it's Inspiring Influencers. And so, like I said, I got my layout, I got a layout from Dorothy, and she sent it to me, and then mine I will send to Crystal Barrett, and tomorrow Crystal's will be up on her YouTube channel. So each day we're revealing a new layout based on an original layout, which started with Miranda Weber way back on February 15th. And so I will show mine today. Yesterday you would have seen Dorothy's, and then tomorrow you'll see Crystal's. So I will try and put the links of the ladies before mine in my description box down below, and then I will put a link for Crystal's channel in my link down below. So it may not be the direct video because I don't have that link available yet, but it will be her channel if it's not her direct video. So go take a look at those ladies and see what they have created before me and what Crystal creates after me, and see how this layout has evolved from beginning to end. And then there are several other teams playing along as well. So this is something that was started at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, and this is the 4th time that we've done it since last summer, and it's so much fun. It's a lot of fun to see what everyone creates based off of the person before them and how things have changed in the process, and the progression of, you know, one layout from the beginning to the end. And so check it out. It's a lot of fun. Now I've pulled these stickers from a sticker book, and it's a Dear Lizzie sticker book, and I found the sticker that says Fine Little Day in the sticker book, and I put it on the paper on the left hand side there, and then I found it in the chipboard piece, and I pulled it out, and at the end of the day, I don't use either one of them. It had too much pink. The pink was super vibrant, and this paper that I'm using only has a very pastel-y pink in it. The other flowers, that darker color, is red, and so it didn't feel right. So I decided not to use it at the end of the day. And then in Dorothy's, she had a little journaling area down in the bottom right hand corner, and so I went through my pocket page cards and decided to use something out of there. It's not something that I do very often, and actually, ooh, I really like that yellow one, but no, that's not the one I end up picking. I end up choosing this one with the arrows on it, probably because Dorothy's was very simple and didn't have a lot of color on it, and I'm thinking I'm going to use that Fine Little Day sticker still, but I am definitely not going to use it. It doesn't make the cut at the end. And I do end up using these stickers in the upper right hand corner. One says She's a Wildflower, and the other one I think says Lovely. And I really like how those look. I put those on white paper, and then I fussy cut around them because the stickers that I've pulled are clear backed stickers, and I didn't want things to show up from behind. I didn't want that transparency is what I'm trying to say. I wanted them to have a white background. I don't want that transparency of the ribbon showing through, and so I decided to go ahead and pop them up onto this white paper, and then I'm going to use some foam tape behind some of them to give a little bit of added dimension. And that red sticker in the upper left hand corner says, First of All, You're Really Pretty, and this layout is actually going to go in a series of layouts. These are girls from my Girl Scout troop from when my daughter was young, and we would make an appointment at the MAC makeup counter at Nordstrom, usually once a year, and then they'd go get their makeup done, and they'd get dressed up, and we'd go out to dinner. So I thought that sticker that says, First of All, You're Really Pretty was perfect because they all have their makeup done. And it was a fun thing we did 2 or 3 years in a row, and so I wanted to document that, and then the other 2 pages will have the pictures of them actually getting their makeup done. This is just the one at the dinner afterwards. And these little banner pieces are from Vicki Boutin, and they are chipboard pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and trim those off because there's only one of each, and then use the other piece of it in the upper left hand corner. And those have to have a little bit of glue added because the chipboard stickers do not have enough stickiness to stay on a paper, so of course got to use a little bit of liquid glue. And then I go back to that same package of chipboard stickers, and this black one in the upper right hand corner says We Had Such a Good Time, and then the one that's going in the lower right hand corner says Live for the Moments. And I really like how that kind of just underlines the whole embellishment area, and it kind of gives a stopping point to it. this is not like a technique I use often, but I just think it looks really good. And I like that little added pop of black on the layout because we've got the black around the photos and the black next to the ribbon. And then I pulled some of the yellow hearts out of that same sticker book, the Dear Lizzie sticker book. And these are just flat hearts, not a lot of dimension. There's other dimension with those other pieces, so I felt like it was okay. And then I pulled a couple of the red ones as well. And I'm just using a little cluster of those in each of the embellishment areas. And that's pretty much going to, do it for the layout. I'm going to date stamp it with my roller date stamp. And that was from 2007, so I'm using a decade stamp from October Afternoon. I don't think they make those anymore since October Afternoon is long gone. But I really love it because I have so many old photos to document, so it works out perfectly. And then I'm going to add a little bit of journaling that says, after getting our makeup done, we went out for dinner at Chef Ming's, and that's going to pretty much do it. Stick around for the close-ups. They'll be along in just a moment. And don't forget to go check out the other amazing ladies and see what they've made.